dog and went, oh, this is big.
Oh, get him out of there, get him out of there, get him out of there. Suck up, you gotta approach.
I'm trying.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another round of the Moon Carnival. This is not Round the Places. Ignore the big thing on the top of the screen. I forgot about that important part. One moment. Wamp. What? A live view on how I do layouts live, where I just crop another image and put it over it, and there's two Audreys. Marn is still lost in Miami, and that is her secret. We're getting there. Marn is back. We're all here. Everyone's happy and having a good time. Welcome to Dirty Laundry. This is a game we are taking from a dropout, and everyone here has a beverage of whatever their choice is. We're having a good time. We're light and fun. But what we're doing now is we are going to share some secrets. Everyone here has submitted 5 secrets to me, and oh, I can't hear you. That's fine. They can hear me, and that's all. That means that they can definitely hear me. I'm seeing my little bar go up and down. We will see in just a second as I get this set up. Chat can hear me. No, they can't hear you. They cannot hear you. They can now hear you. You're clear.
Chat, can you hear
Hi,
us?
chat.
Chat.
Twitch chat, can you hear me?
The way this
So anyway, those are all my secrets. We had a great time. My name is Jeff Stormer. You can find my work.
Chat, it's me, Margaret.
Now, everyone has some secrets have submitted. I also have some secrets in the pool. The point of this game is that everyone is going to try to figure out whose secrets belong to who. If you can successfully trick your fellow co-hosts into not thinking your secret is yours, you get 3 points. If you guess the right person and you're like, that motherfucker has a secret, you get 1 point. Those rules make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My secrets are also on the board here, so I am also, up for a potential here. Our good buddy Iris has helped me go through these because there's a lot of good ones here. And with that, we're off to the races. How's everyone feeling? Is everyone prepared? Does everyone feel like you have a good sense of this?
I lead a
My
very
morale
exciting.
is so low, Riley.
I lead a very exciting life, so I'm sure that this is going to go great.
I don't know very much about everyone else here, so I feel kind of underdoggy, but I'm excited for this. On the other side, I also feel pretty confident that you guys don't know much about me, so...
Double-edged sword.
I'm feeling good. I will say that I've staked a lot in this competition, and if it does not go well, it will end me. It will ruin me. And so, that's where I'm at. Emotionally, I need you to know that.
Well then, for everybody, let's start this off with some secrets, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, let me, did you say no?
All right. Well, all right. Good night, everybody. I guess we're calling it.
All right.
You can find Jeff's work at...
I didn't rewrite any of the secrets, so I have to now rewrite them on the fly, which is also the fun thing. I should have done that. But this person got a job via blackmail.
This feels like Andrew.
This feels like Andrew. This has
feels...
Andrew energy.
I do think that this... So, I don't think Marn could pull off blackmail with a straight face. Jeff's a wild card, but I don't think Jeff would do it.
I think Jeff's got too good of a heart to do blackmail.
Yes.
I don't, Audrey, I don't know you super well, so I'm just going to come down hard. I think you have a vile spirit and could do something like this.
I also think Audrey awful. I think that this is a sort of a mask off moment where we see
City kind of girls make do. That said, it wasn't me, and the fact that Andrew did come down on hard as me does make me think that it's him deflecting, so I'm also going to go Andrew, I think. This feels like a story that I have heard Andrew tell at some point.
He's not very good at blackmail that, is he?
It's not me. I don't have a. It doesn't affect me if you all vote for me, but it's not me, so you're gonna lose points. That's all I have to offer here.
Actually, I think I might vote Jeff. I'm torn between Jeff and Andrew. I don't think it's Marn. But it could be Jeff.
I was about to say I was a little upset that everybody was like, Jeff, you're a Tumblr soft. You're a Tumblr,
Yeah, Jeff's a real soft
pretty
boy.
man. You're a Griffin McElroy soft boy. You don't have any cruelty in your heart.
I feel like
This beta doesn't have it in him to blackmail.
I was a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna go a meaner direction. I've heard you talk before. I don't think that you've had a job worth blackmailing someone for.
Oh God! Now, have we considered that it could be Riley and they did their own secret right off the bat to trick us?
That's not
Because that is a
bad
classic
option.
Riley move.
That would be a power play.
That would be
would be
bad
a
television,
power
so
play.
it could have been Riley. Yeah.
Holy shit. I feel like only one of us was cruel enough to say those words. The rest of us would only think it. And so I think this might be Andrew.
Where are we landing? Where can I get some votes? I'm gonna point at Jeff,
I'm going Andrew.
Marn,
Andrew.
Audrey,
I'm gonna go Jeff, just in case.
and Andrew.
I want to ask Riley. You're the host. Do you vote?
No, I don't vote.
Oh,
No,
okay. Oh, you said never mind. You said I'm gonna go Jeff, and never mind. I'm voting Audrey.
All right. It is my secret. I did get a job via
I
blackmail.
should have voted for Riley.
I didn't do the blackmailing, and I only found out years later when I realized I was a lifeguard for the YMCA, and I realized that I never had to take a lifeguard test. I never had to do any sort of certification, and my friend would talk in the office of the boss for a long time, pretty consistently. I fell asleep in that chair. I should have been fired. I don't know what happened. I don't talk to that man anymore.
Riley.
So there's your first one. No points across the board.
I can't believe I second guessed myself when I was like, no, surely Riley wouldn't trick us like that.
I think it's a very good TV to make everyone on
Honestly,
their toes immediately.
great. I'm on Riley's side. That was great. Great
And
quiz.
it's to confirm that you all know the rule that could be my secret.
That's fair enough.
That's game design, baby. Our next secret on the board. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. This person participated in the heist of a neighborhood watch sign in high school.
That feels
So-
Marn.
Yeah, I was about to say, no,
Yeah,
that,
that
I could
feels-
see
I was
Marn
gonna
that
say
doing.
feels
this
like a
feels
Marn
like
thing.
Jeff.
Say more on that to anybody. What is your reasoning?
Seems like she's had the upbringing where stealing signs is a thing that you do.
That feels
Jesus
right.
Christ.
I agree.
Like no, I think that's a good thing.
The like level of delinquency I would expect from Marn, and I would expect it in like the high school zone. Like I feel like that's the age zone that kind of thing would happen. So
I was a square in high school. I think it's Jeff.
Mark,
Do you
got
think I
bad news
wasn't a
about you
square?
now?
Hold on. Do you think I wasn't a square?
you were- I
What
think
part
you
of
were
I'm
probably
wearing a suit
less.
right now? Do you not think like
I
Think about how often Jeff dresses up in a suit.
I feel like it's Jeff or Audrey.
Andrew was
like, I know
right?
for
I've
sure
had
it's not
very
Andrew.
boring
I know
safe
it's not me.
jobs.
definitely a group of like the edgiest, coolest high school students that have ever been gathered, for sure. I can say that.
Oh yeah,
Say that with confidence.
exactly.
Absolutely not.
I didn't host several school talent shows or anything.
Now, have we considered maybe it's Riley again?
It could be Riley
It's
again.
on the table.
That would be an insane boy. I won't lie to you.
I will say Riley did scroll on their computer screen, so I feel like they had to look at someone else.
They're actually all Riley's secrets.
I wouldn't put it past Riley to I wouldn't put it past Riley to scroll on their computer screen to fuck with us and then pull another Riley. Admittedly, That feels like a Riley move.
Yeah, I think it's Audrey.
I'm
Right.
gonna say it's Marn.
We got Marn and Audrey voting for each other. Jeff and Andrew, where are you at?
I'm going Marn.
All
What
right.
about Jeff?
So we have 2 for Marn, 1 for Audrey, and 1 for Jeff. For the person who stole the neighborhood sign, please take a sip of your drink.
I threw Marn off, and I'm really mad that Andrew. I put so much energy into throwing Marn off because she immediately was like, "It's Jeff, obviously," and I was like, "Yeah, obviously, because this is an uncool crime to commit."
This is a thing that literally fucking Eric from that 70s show did, and then chickened out of.
This is an uncool crime.
Tell me the story. Tell us the story if
So-
you're willing.
The story was that we were a group of uncool nerds, but exactly cool enough to get drunk and steal a sign. And we chose the Neighborhood Watch sign because we wanted to send a message that the Neighborhood Watch was not doing a good job. When I say that we were not cool, it was that we were doing this for a purpose.
That's incredible.
It was to
Sending a
illustrate a
message.
point. And
It's a
sure
political
enough,
statement.
they replaced that sign with a pedestrians walking sign. I'm pretty sure we
Got 'em.
dismantled that
Oh
Neighborhood
my
Watch.
god, dude.
You fucked him up.
Correct
You
action.
fucked him
I'm
up.
pretty sure they watched that sign get stolen and went, "I don't think we can in good conscience continue to call ourselves a Neighborhood Watch.
They got us.
It's time to hang up the badge. It's done."
Bring it on home, everybody. Bring it on fucking home. Oh, God. All right. Well, let's get another one on here. This person is currently on their 3rd wedding ring.
Audrey, you married?
Audrey, are you divorced?
Audrey's on the 4th wedding ring. Got it. Okay.
Andrew, God, I wish.
So, okay, so Andrew had to cancel his wedding 3 times. This is a
That
real
is true.
fact that I know about Andrew.
But I
But I
didn't
don't.
buy
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
buy
I
a
don't think you bought 3
commemorative ring every time I canceled a wedding.
They're single use.
Damn, all the love's
Admittedly-
burned up out of this one.
They're all engraved with specific pop culture references that were relevant to the moment. It was like, this one's a Tiger King themed one because we were real certain.
He opened the box every time and he saw that the seal was already broken, which means he had to return it to the manufacturer because it wasn't safe.
Marn just got married, so
Yep.
I really
I'm
feel
wearing
like
mine.
I was there. I saw that ring, so I feel like unless something crazy happened, that's the first one.
I don't take mine off, so there is no way I could have lost it.
Do think about how
I
long
think-
Marn has referred to Alyssa as her wife, though.
That's true.
Okay, who cheats a lot and therefore takes off their wedding ring every time they
Sherlock
do so?
Holmes? Is that
Oh,
you?
hold on. I
Putting my vote for Tom Sandoval. Got it. Okay, cool.
Has Jeff been married the longest out of all of us? 'Cause I
Probably.
feel
It's got to be true, right?
Right?
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah,
I think
no, you got it.
11.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
enough time to lose 3
That's
rings.
enough time to lose 3 rings.
That
Or
assumes
I
that we
guess
ever had a
2
ring.
rings
Wait, do you not have a wedding ring? Do you have a?
because he lost it.
Yo.
No, we just never did rings. We're
Oh.
not jewelry people, so it didn't make sense.
Do you have the tattoo of a wedding ring like a wrestler around your ring finger?
No, we just decided not to do it. We considered, admittedly, we considered doing rings briefly. We considered doing a pair of matching green rings with a Green Lantern logo on them, and then we did not go through with it. But it was a cute idea.
Now, here's the question. Do we think that that is true, or do we think that Jeff is a liar and has lost his 3rd wedding ring between writing this form
I think
and right now?
Also, just like very covertly took it off right now, where his hands are not in.
Oh, fuck! Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
I
fucking
also have no
serious-
wedding rings.
I need
oh,
some
no. Oh
votes.
god! Oh no!
I need some
I'm
discussion.
mad because we were literally sharing wedding photos in like the Moonshot like backstage Discord the other day, and I cannot fucking remember if Jeff had a wedding ring in it.
L in chat, someone has to go back and quickly look at all Jeff's Pokemon Showdown promos for rings. A little like red circles and zoom ins. Enhance.
Hands.
I need votes. Audrey.
I'll go Andrew.
Andrew, Marn.
I'm
Yeah.
going. Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Okay.
I think Andrew.
I'm going Marn.
Okay. We have what was that? A Jeff, a Marn, and Andrew, and
And
Two Andrews.
two Andrews.
Yeah.
Two Andrews. Well, the person who is on their third wedding ring, please take a sip of their drink.
Jeff, take a sip.
Marn.
I'm joking. So here's the deal.
Here's the thing, you deflected too quickly. You were like, no, that doesn't mean I buy 3 of them.
Yeah.
I would never return a wedding ring multiple
Sam
times.
was also in chat deflecting for you.
That's a team.
I appreciate it, babe.
That's
No.
that's partnership. That's love.
Here's the deal.
That's
So
the kind of love that survives the 3 wedding rings.
yeah, we did. So this is wedding ring number 3. We got married, had to delay our wedding multiple times due to our wedding venue burned down and then COVID. And so I'm not a jewelry person. I hate the feeling. I don't like accessories. I don't like watches. I don't like anything.
Not
And
with you.
so I got my wedding ring really early, and when lockdown started, I said I'm gonna start wearing my ring to get used to it.
Mhm.
I don't want my wedding day to be the first day that I'm like fiddling with a ring. And I lost it. Ended up going back, buying a second wedding ring, and I was like, all right, let's do this. Got married, and honestly, and I will say the first wedding ring didn't look like this one. It looked like an entirely different ring, and I didn't really like it. And we got this new one, and I was like, I like this one way better. And then I got married. Things were going great, and I don't know what happened to it. I take my ring off to type. I take it off to play games. I take it off to do dishes and anything, and so it sucks. And I just lost it at some point. And so I bought a second copy of my the second wedding ring. So now I'm on my third. And then I refound the first one. It was in my couch somewhere. So
Fucking
like
incredible.
Well,
deeply
yeah, you have a backup.
embedded.
Yeah,
It
you
was
got a burner.
embedded. It was embedded under all of the like padding and shit. Like I felt it when I
God.
was changing out, like doing a deep clean. It was in the internals of an IKEA couch.
Oh man, I bet you were looking for peanuts.
And now you're married to that couch.
I sure am.
That's how it goes.
That's how that works.
There's a moment when I like do this thing a lot where I shake out my hand, and I did that, and I heard a ding-a-ling-a-ling, and I looked down and my ring was gone. It was like when I was closing at work after a long day, and I was gonna go have dinner with my in-laws and wife, and I was like, motherfucker. I messaged them. I was like, I'm gonna be late. My ring just disappeared in Wigglyville somewhere. And I was like lifting up like bags of dog food. They came in. All 4 of us were canvassing this fucking store. We got it. We were good. It's a little too big. You could do this, which is like a little too big, right? But I got big old knuckles. Oh, anyway, let's get another fucking secret in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
This person smoked their first cigarette when they were 13 and at a summer camp. It was cloves.
I've got to go Audrey or Marn.
Yes.
I'm trying to
I feel like
decide.
it's Marn.
I'm gonna go.
Guessing
level of
me
delinquency
first.
that I would expect.
Marn is a delinquent. You heard it here first.
Crazy.
I think this is Audrey or Jeff.
This
I
has
think this is
Audrey. This has
Audrey.
Audrey energy.
I
to
don't
it.
think Marn's ever smoked.
No, never in my life.
Who on this call do we think has smoked?
I have smoked.
Either Audrey or Jeff.
I have smoked once in my life. It was actually for a photo. No, it was for
Jeff
a
was
video a movie
13
shoot.
at summer camp.
It was for a college student film. So it was for a college student film, and they were like, we want your character to smoke. You're gonna deliver this monologue, and I was like, great. So we've got stage cigarettes, and they're like, no, we've got some cigarettes that expired about a year and a half
some
ago.
lucky fucking strikes, and you are gonna get feeling lucky right now.
And they've been and they looked at the expiration date and went, this is expired about a year and a half ago. That's probably fine, right? It
Oh,
was
no.
A, fine, and B, not fine for that to be your first ever cigarette. It really pushed my life in a positive direction.
I have smoked a couple times in my life. The last time twice was weed, and I was like, it fucked me up so bad. I cannot
talked
smoke
about that.
weed. It ruins my brain. But like the other time was at my cousin's wedding. They had cigars, and I took like 3 drags out of a cigar, and I was like, I like this far too much. Here you go. I'm going to leave.
That's fair. No,
This
that's real.
This feels too right, and I gotta split.
I think I've smoked like 3 times. It was all in like I went to like
13
big
at summer
public-
camp.
Exactly. No, I went to like a big public high school, and we were basically allowed to do whatever we wanted on free periods. People would literally just leave during like
God.
drive
Let's
off
fucking
and,
go,
like,
dude. Hell yeah.
for like several periods. If they had like study hall next to lunch or whatever. So like a bunch of kids would like smoke. There was like a big tree in the backyard grounds or whatever. It was a big high school. We had 2,200 students. So like I smoked a couple times there. I can't think of any of the other times that I would have smoked.
Andrew?
I've smoked a couple cigars the same way as you were talking about for weddings.
The Argonauts
Yeah,
is a
but-
dare podcast. You heard it here first. Can I get some guesses?
I think Audrey.
I'm
What?
gonna say Marn.
I think Audrey.
I'm gonna go Riley.
You're gonna go me. Interesting. Will the person who smoked the cloves when they were 13 take their first drink?
Yeah, that's right.
right.
Changed my answer. I should have changed my answer.
So summer camp was an interesting experience for me. I went to the same summer camp from when I was 9 to 14.
Damn.
I had a summer camp boyfriend when I was 9. And then I ended up getting a summer camp girlfriend when I was 13.
Oh my God.
And she was actually younger than me. She was 12, so she was a year younger. And I was in the suburbs of New York, and she was like in the city and like very urban and stuff. And I realized very early I wasn't straight. And so like it was very exciting for me. But my final year, so I had been like consistently put with like the year below me in the bunks for some reason. I wasn't sure why, but I was finally my final year put with like the other 14-year-old girls, and there was one girl there who was like this goth artist. She went to LaGuardia High School, which like if you know anything about like the New York magnet school system, is like the big artsy thing. And like she definitely caught me staring at her boobs several times, and I'm like, I'm normal, it's fine. And like we went out back one night, and she had like clove cigarettes because she was a goth. So she was
Naturally.
she's, like, right. And so like she started smoking. She offered it to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I took like a couple hits, and she looked at me and goes, "You're a hot smoker." And I was like, this isn't going to change anything about the trajectory of my life. This is fine.
God.
And then she
Good
walked
action.
over and
Sure
there
hope
was
this doesn't awaken anything in me.
she walked around a corner and a cigarette exec paid her $40.
This is
Very-
I actually don't smoke. Besides that, I actually was telling the truth about the other times I've smoked. It was like
Very-
a couple.
Well, see, because shortly after that, a bunch of 90s cartoon characters did emerge to quietly pull you aside and say, "This will ruin your life." And you were like, "Thank you, yes, Garfield. Thank you, I will.
Garfield, thank you.
I mean,
Thank you, the
listen,
Ninja Turtles."
Listen, I've done worse things than that. I've done worse things than weed for sure. So
We have other questions, other secrets on my
Yeah.
little board. Keep the rest to yourself, because our next secret is this next person pooped their pants on the news.
I know who this one is, and I'm going to abstain.
They pooped their pants on the news.
Is this Riley or is this Mar?
Yeah,
Or is it
gotta be
Andrew?
Riley.
Or is it Andrew and he's throwing it?
That could that would be insane.
I know who this is and I'm going to
really
abstain.
advanced tactic. I'm gonna.
Oh, mega level play.
I know. Yeah, I know who this is. It was me, and
Immediately
therefore I shall abstain. I do not feel the need to weigh in.
It was today. I'd like this segment to be over as soon as possible, please.
The cameras are all right there.
I'm really
Insane
torn.
play.
I'm really torn right now because Marn hasn't had a secret yet. So I feel like it's getting towards Marn time.
We've already established I'm a bad
I'm
host.
starting to feel like Riley omitted all of mine because all I heard in the week leading up to this was that my secrets were too easy to guess.
I will tell you 4 of them were on Iris's too obvious from my perspective.
Holy shit!
I will
here's the deal.
say.
Go ahead.
Andrew, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think we're talking too much. On the count of 3, everyone say which one of us you think is most likely to shit themselves.
One.
1, 2,
Wait, I want to
3.
pause you, and I want to let you know a lot of different secrets involve shitting yourself on this board. I need you to know that there's going to be multiple people going, not I.
Oh, I'm turning like deep red. This is good.
I had a gummy in my mouth and I like choked half of it down.
Was it a weed gummy, you fucking stoner?
No, they're like high chews.
You piece of shit, Stoner.
I will say, Marn did drop in the chat that her mom was in a band, so it would make sense if, as a baby, there was a news segment that involved Marn pooping their pants.
They weren't popular. They were not a popular band, I fucking assure you.
I feel like the level of popular to be on the morning news is not high.
What
You gotta sign a form and say, hello, I'd like to be on the morning news, please.
See, I'm also hearing a lot of Jeff talking about is it Marn or is it Riley?
That is true.
Jeff is from Philly. They could shit themselves on the news there any day. Any moment.
You wouldn't get on the news.
Jeff is
All
from
the
Philly.
anchors do. Why should Jeff be
Admit
any
it.
different?
Look, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, you'd have known if I didn't shit my pants because I'd be in all of those montages
would we though?
screaming about Nick Foles.
I feel like Jeff is the most likely to have like been on the news. You know?
But
Thank you.
Isn't
Thank you.
Andrew's isn't your grandpa fancy?
What does that mean?
If your grandpa's fancy, you're in proximity to newsborn people.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, my grandfather's not fancy. I know what you mean, but he's not fancy.
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
not
drinking.
news fancy.
I'm drinking.
He did
bourbon.
research in the 60s. There's a difference.
One of those. You got one of those fancy grandpas. Which
Yeah,
is
you got
code
one of
for
those
you shit
bedazzled
yourself on the
grandpas, don't
news.
you?
That's my new code word for have you shit yourself on the news.
Hey, you bedazzle your grandpa?
Yeah, your chat's right. I'm fancy on my mother's side, but not fancy enough to shit myself on the news.
All right. We got to get some votes out here, everybody.
I think Jeff.
I'm going Riley.
Riley.
Do I seem like a shitter to you? A public shitter.
You gotta go with the vibe.
That's fair. I can't blame you for that.
I'm gonna go Marn again only because you haven't had a secret yet.
I'm telling you, Riley did not put any of mine in here.
Oh, you know, I forgot that they were supposed to be super obvious. Can I change mine?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Jeff.
Bad news. This is Marn.
All right.
Bad news, this is Marn.
Yeah, it is. Will the shitter please take a sip? There we go.
I've told the story in the Moonshot Discord, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I like didn't know. I thought it was too obvious just a bit. Yeah, I was on the news as a newborn because my mom was in a locally famous band, and I pooped my pants as newborns do while the news anchor was holding me.
Twice now I've said the thing correct and then changed my answer. I think both times to Riley. This is a problem.
I'm an enigma. What can I say? Call me the Riddler. Quick
We have it on VHS too.
I have to.
We make it to 2,000 by the end of the segment. We'll release the footage.
We will release the Marge shit tape.
Absolutely
If
not.
we
I
make
cannot ask my
$2,000 by
parents
the
for
end
that.
of this segment, do your part to
The power
showcase the
is in
failure
your
of a baby's
hands.
bowels.
I cannot ask my parents for that.
You have to.
Listen.
I'm not gonna
We
dox my mom like
were doing some hashtag content.
I will edit it. I will edit out your mom's face. I will edit out the name of the news station. I will have a blur around nothing but the baby shitting itself.
I should have known the moment that Andrew said he knew who it was, that it was Marn.
Yeah.
Yes, Woebegone Pod, you're right. Release the poop tape. Okay. We need to focus up here, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Serious game for serious people.
Serious game for serious people. You're absolutely fucking right. This is another news one. Let's go with another news one.
Swag.
This person among us had a news van parked outside of their home for an entire year of their life.
Was that a news van? Hey, quick question.
Who here?
Jeff.
Jeff?
This feels like a Philly thing. Like
I-
distinctly like a Philly thing.
Jeff, I'm gonna go Jeff.
Everyone seems really confident on this one. Jeff, what do you say to defend
I'm breaking
yourself?
it down. I'm breaking this down. I'm doing detective work. Somebody is not getting 3 points on my watch. This is not going to. I'm not going to allow this to happen. I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Andrew. Andrew is my answer.
Andrew is your answer. Now, we didn't discuss this one at all. Everyone just picked and
No.
then got silent.
I'm going first instinct, best instinct.
Andrew, where do you live?
I currently live in Michigan. I grew up in Kentucky.
In Michigan.
In like the burbs though.
Explain to me your thought process on that question, Audrey.
Yeah, my bad.
I was just trying to figure out like where news
Yeah.
like
No,
worthy
I'm
things would necessarily be.
Mhm.
This is and like
You know, Kentucky can't afford those news vans. They got the horse and buggy still out there.
You joke, but
Fuck. You're
Actually,
right.
honestly, we've probably got more
Listen,
horses and buggies out here in Philly than
I-
anything.
I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it would be me or Jeff because it's really hard to park a full-size van outside somewhere in an urban
That's
space.
true.
You're
To
absolutely
like take an entire spot, like that's not
Like-
easy.
I don't.
Listen, I live with
Hey,
alternate side parking.
Kentucky boys.
I'm car sitting for my parents right now, and it's a bitch and a half. I have to switch my car every other day, basically. So
So where has everyone grown up? Because I know Jeff is Philly, but I don't know. Didn't Jeff grow
Yeah.
up in Jersey?
I did grow up in Jersey. I did grow up in
That
Jersey.
feels right in my heart. I'm an
that
Iowa
that
day.
does feel better.
Like that is. just true.
If it were me, it would be a flower truck because I grew up in Jersey and they mask their trucks as flower trucks when they want to wiretap you.
Now this could be Riley again.
What?
This
It could be Riley
Wait.
again.
Jeff, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, true. Let's talk.
They
glance
masked
over
their
that.
trucks as flower trucks?
Yeah, the FBI, you know, a mob thing. Did nobody here watch The Sopranos?
I was too
No.
young for that. I was in elementary
Well,
school.
rewatch it now because it holds up.
it's not a cartoon about a
It's not a
Riley
cartoon. Yeah,
hasn't seen
it's
it.
not a
You're
cartoon.
right,
They
it's
haven't
not a
animated
cartoon
that.
about a. It's a cartoon about a jolly frog that learns about reading.
Jesus Christ!
We're all so punchy tonight.
I'm voting Jeff.
I think Jeff.
Jeff, two for Jeff,
I'm going Andrew.
one for Andrew. Audrey.
I kind of want to go for you, Riley.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll vote for you, Riley.
You'll vote for me. Will the person stalked by the news van please
Damn.
take a sip of their drink?
Oh.
So my mother was embroiled in a huge theft scandal, and the news did throughout my 5th grade year sit outside my house, waiting for my mother to come out to try to interview her on where the money had gone. She had booked. This is my mother can go to hell, mother. Like this is like the proper. She used to work at a let's see, how can I not super hyper dox myself here?
Yeah, exactly.
She worked at a travel agency. That travel agency had a big trip that it booked for a lot of people in conjunction with the radio station. And then the person that she booked all that with Allegedly. What I heard was the person she booked all that with left with all the money. And I remember so clearly in my brain her on the news saying if Danny had all the money, Danny wouldn't be here. She would be in Cabo. Fucking wild. I still don't know what happened with that money.
Wild.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you can buy my games on my mother can go to hell.com.
We have fun here.
We have fun here. Next one on the docket. Let's see here. Let me consult the list. All right. Okay. This person cut their finger off when they were a kid.
Hey,
oh my
what?
god.
Hey, everyone, show of hands, hand check.
I mean, you could reattach a finger.
Yeah, but it would go crooked or have a big line on it. I've seen cartoons.
Yeah, most of us who don't lose their wedding ring cover that up with a wedding ring.
Well, I don't have that excuse.
That's fair. That's a real Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath ass sister.
Oh, Citadel of Sword says they feel like they've heard this story before on a podcast.
Oh, good.
So it's
Let's
one of
narrow
us
it
that
down.
has a podcast. It narrows things down a bit.
Here is what I'm gonna say. I think it's Jeff because it is inconceivable to me that Marn and Andrew wouldn't know this about each other if it was
Yeah.
either of them.
No, Andrew would absolutely know if it was me.
Same thing, but why I'm voting Audrey, because I feel like Jeff wouldn't shut up about the fact that he lost a finger as a child.
Jesus Christmas, dude.
Also could be another Riley Gambit where they do two in the row.
It really could be a Riley Gambit.
You're-
Like,
You are building me up to be like a Professor Zoom. It was me, Flash.
it really could be a Riley Gambit.
I was the newscaster holding you while you shit.
I cut my finger off so that people would think it was you.
You idiot. Did you ever wonder why you still had 5 fingers on each hand?
I ended the podcast 35 minutes ago.
Okay, Audrey, like I agree with that idea that Andrew and Mom would know this about each other.
Yeah, it feels pretty inconceivable to me that they wouldn't, though.
I did break a finger as a kid. I did not cut one off.
Sure.
Yeah, you didn't break it off.
I also broke a finger when I was a kid. I got in a fight with my brother, and he threw the wrong kick at the wrong moment, and it ended real bad.
No.
Did you win that fight?
Yeah, I
Oh, I got my finger broken and went to the hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
He won
Yeah.
that fight immediately.
Yeah, I broke a finger because I had it in like the door jamb when the lights were out, and someone
Fuck.
closed the door right on my hand.
Ooh.
I say all this, but there is
Now-
also something about Andrew's expression this entire time that has been very quietly smug.
Yeah,
It's
so
just my face.
That's just my buddy.
I have
I'm
resting
sorry.
smug face.
No, it's different than how you've been for the rest of the show.
Andrew was very quick to cut Jeff off, but also Riley did backyard wrestling.
Riley
I
did
know.
do backyard
Are you
wrestling.
telling me that you think I did a hardcore enough match that they busted out the fucking bone saw?
I think that you
That's-
could accidentally have cut your finger
I-
off in several different ways.
I've watched enough backyard wrestling to know that a finger can come off pretty easy. Like,
You can bite off your finger with the force of biting off a carrot. That's just true.
No, I
secret-
haven't watched
the
that
secret-
much backyard wrestling, but I have watched a lot of Final Destination movies, and I know how many things are just hanging out in backyards.
The
waiting
secret
to
was
cut fingers off.
cut, right? Not
The secret
ripped
is cut, yes.
or tore
Cut,
or
Yeah.
Citadel of Swords. Mac is accusing me of blading. I did get accused of blading for a very long time. And no, I just hurt my head real bad.
So you're saying- so you're saying that you got cut a lot, is what you're saying,
I'm
just
saying
by
one
happenstance.
One time a motherfucker leg dropped me right, where is it? Fucking right here. And I had to get stitches, and I bled so bad that I was like, well, that's it. I just have one eye now. But I was fine.
Oh my god.
I
dude.
do like the idea of a wrestler blading and then being like, "Oh shit, fuck!
Shit,
Hold on,
fuck,
guys,
shit."
guys, I fucked up."
That went too hard.
Fucked up real
everybody.
bad. It went wrong.
I need some votes on the board.
I'm gonna go Jeff.
I'm gonna go Riley.
I think yeah, Riley.
I'm gonna go Jeff.
You all think I'm a lot more punk than I am, and I appreciate that.
Everyone thinks I'm a lot more punk than I am.
Well, the person with the 9-fingered individual, please
is
take a
Andrew.
sip of their drink.
No.
Andrew correctly called. It does actually come in crooked. See if I can get it close enough,
Yeah,
you might be able to see the horrifying scar.
Oh my god! Tell me everything.
Well, it ain't
So-
great.
I was
No,
I was so young that I don't have memories. So it
Thank
was
God.
literally I was like 2 years old at the oldest. Like I was not old enough to remember this. As long as I can remember, my finger has just been crooked with a big scar, and I have like second smaller scars on my middle and ring finger on this hand because my parents. I was the third of 4 boys. My parents were both working. They were hardworking people. My dad was doing yard work. He had an electric hedge clipper out. He did not realize that I had broken containment. He turned around at the wrong moment for me to see a toy, much like my speak and spell, that has a big string that you pull. I held it down. I pulled the string, and we went to the hospital.
Yes.
Whew.
Well, I'm glad you have your full finger.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it, so like I'm fine.
That rules. Frankly, if you're gonna get horrifically maimed, that's kind of the dream.
I've got a cool scar and no traumatic memory of it.
No
It's a win-win.
negative consequences.
I'm all good.
All good.
Oh, we have another secret here. And this, I think we have time for 2 more.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone amongst us has competitively figure skated.
Figure skated. Fuck.
Marn?
I'm gonna
No.
go Audrey.
Figure skating is so scary, dude. I really like watching figure skating.
I hate the cold. I've avoided cold as much as possible.
My guess is Audrey, I think.
I feel like I would have heard this about
Maybe.
Andrew.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Jeff, you do seem
I mean,
nimble.
Andrew, like, I feel like
Oh, I'm not. I don't know where you got that idea.
all of our locations, I feel like Michigan would be the most likely one to actually lend itself to skating.
Here's the deal. I do live down the street from where Nathan Shen, our like America's best figure skater, probably with asterisks. Don't at me. I don't care about figure skaters.
No, he is.
But where he like trains and stuff. That being said, grew up in Kentucky, moved out here in college. I've been fat my whole life. I've not done figure skating.
I feel like size does not dictate.
In figure skating?
I mean, at a certain level. I mean,
Riley didn't say figure. Riley didn't say
competitively is
figure
different
skating
than
though.
Professionally.
I did say figure skating. I said
Oh, you
competitively
did.
figure
Okay, I
skated.
thought you said ice skating. Sorry.
Competitively is different than professionally, right? Like
That is
like,
true. A baby
I
could
wouldn't-
figure
That's-
skate.
That's.
That is true.
I think Audrey's throwing the blame.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm gonna
Audrey.
go Audrey.
I'm gonna go Andrew.
Will a competitive figure skater please drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing another one of my secrets that I actually didn't submit was that I also did circus performing for several years.
Oh wow.
For 9 years. So I started circus performing when I was 5 and did it through when I was 14. And I did figure skating from when I was 4 through 12. And again, was not very good at it, but I did do a couple competitions. I can still do a few jumps and a very bad spin.
Amazing.
So fucking cool.
Cool as hell.
All right. I think this is going to be our final one.
Let's go.
Who amongst us got Lyme disease in college while setting off party poppers in the woods? Lyme disease. Lyme disease in college.
Lyme disease.
Party poppers in the woods. Lyme disease not one of the small diseases. You know
That's a big house spent years building to somebody having Lyme disease.
I think you're thinking of lupus.
I am thinking of lupus.
Yeah, it's the werewolf one. Yeah. You treat it with wolf's bane.
Who do I think was cool enough in college to light off party poppers and also get Lyme disease?
I am unfortunately now like looking at Audrey. As I think the only cool person here.
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
not.
Audrey is the only.
Oh yeah, I smoked with a goth girl when I was 13, and then I competitively figure skated.
I am going. I mean, I'm looking actually.
About Yu-Gi-Oh! For the love of Christ.
I'm actually looking in Riley's direction. I think that like this is. I
Yeah.
think this has party. Like I think you have partied in the woods energy.
That is true.
You know I was straight edge until I was 23.
I did not know that. I did not know that, and would like to change my answer.
Me and Chris Hutton were both straight edge, and then Chris Hutton broke, and I was like, well, I guess nothing matters anymore. And I bought a bottle of Jack. That's
I did not know
literally
that.
how it happened.
My instinct is
den
saying
of
Andrew on
sin.
this one.
Andrew?
I'm gonna.
Why is that?
I don't know. Possibly just location, Kentucky.
Woods there,
True.
probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall back on an instinct that has been proven wrong several times over, and think that Marn was in fact a cool delinquent.
I think it was Riley. I think your first instinct was right.
You think I was in a straight edge root beer party in the woods?
You didn't say it was party.
You're right. I could have just, it said party poppers. You're
It
absolutely
was a
correct.
non-enjoyable party popper event.
Everyone was
in
sitting
the
around going,
woods.
You also didn't say there was alcohol there.
You're right,
CM
you're right. I
Punk
guess I just
was there. CM Punk was there. You were all drinking Pepsi and just quietly lighting party poppers.
we were all sending each other to the go to sleep.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Wellbegon in the chat does have the strongest case I've heard, which is that everyone I've ever known that's had Lyme disease was from Kentucky.
That is a good point.
Hold on, quick pause. You said where I've lived all my life. How many people do you know outside of Kentucky? It's like all the
That's
walls.
fair. We
that
don't get out much unless we get out.
all the walls in this room
Unless we
are
go,
gray
unless
outside of the
we're
walls of
going
this
to the
room.
hospital for the Lyme disease that we've got.
Anyways, I think this is Marn.
I do kind of. My instinct is actually kind of saying Marn a little bit now.
It's the hair.
It's green like a lime.
I think Andrew.
Will our disease-riddled friend
Yeah, I'm gonna go Marn.
please take a drink?
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore.
I got better.
Yeah, we wouldn't hang out with you if you did.
If you catch Lyme disease early enough, you can get rid of it.
That's good to know.
It was really funny to see all of chat pop up and be like, I've heard this story. This is Mark.
I was hoping nobody looked.
We were doing a Humans vs. Zombies event in the woods around my college. And I found out the week after, like right as the game ended, I was like, oh, I have a weird rash. I should get that looked at. And then they put me on antibiotics that made me unable to taste food for a month.
Oh,
And
shit.
they made me narcoleptic and I couldn't taste food for a month.
Ugh.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, with that, I have tallied up the score here, and I'm going to say that our winner is indeed Marn.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic job out there. Fantastic.
Marn,
job.
your prize is some Lyme disease antibiotics.
Dude, there was the deer population at my college was so crazy. There were people who got it like upwards of 10 times.
1 second. 1
Jesus.
second.
Nope. Something happened.
Jay
Lyme
and I were
disease.
talking about this last weekend because I was talking about how they like would send hunters in to cull the deer on campus.
Baby.
It's a kitty cat.
Baby.
Oh, kitty!
Oh, baby.
He loves it. It's fine. He loves it.
Gamers, thank you so much for joining us. we are going to be back with King of the Castle. I want to say, if before King of the Castle we do hit 2,000, we will force Marn to release the poop tape. But like, only if it happens before.
Release
I can't make my parents go looking for that.
Now,
I don't think they know where it is.
I will.
Yeah, we will message your parents. Your mom knows us.
It is true that my mom loves the two of you. She would probably do it.
There we fucking go.
We just have the two of you show up at the door and be like, "Hey,
Hello.
it's Andrew and Riley from the podcast Minds."
You know us as being friends with your mother.
I do like someone who showed up partway through chat says, "Release the what?"
Yeah, Marn pooped on the news. We'll talk about it later. Now, thank you so much.
If you want to learn more, you can watch the
Newborn
VOD when it drops on
baby.
YouTube, and also donate to Trans Lifeline to get us to release the footage.
We are raising money for Trans Lifeline. We just need to hit $2,000. We're in range of that before King of the Castle comes up. King of the Castle is next. It is a game where you, the chat, are going to play. And so we need to fucking figure out how that shit works, and we will be back here in a moment. So take some time, get some water, take a step, use the restroom, and also donate to release the poop tape. Goodbye. Shit 'em up, everyone.
I don't like gummy candies.
Wait, Juliet?
No. I'm all for this being an answer. Of course, remember that the restrictions laws you got Star Pack is crazy, way too many of them, but that is a skill issue. The thing I was going to say is, because if you want it to be great, as we're putting them in, let's remember to figure out where.
His daughter was worked and was fine, and everyone really liked it. And everyone looked at his fused daughter and dog and went, "Oh, this is great."
Oh, get him out of there! Get him out of there! Get him out of there! Suck up! You gotta approach! You gotta approach!
I'm trying.
Get
There we
the fuck
go.
out of there!
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you're taking damage!
Ah, get out! Oh, the second one! Fuck, holy shit! Is that this is the first one we tried to
no,
use
Jay.
that thing? I'm trying to grab it out of there! Oh, there's 3 of them! Ah! Get out of the pit!
He's infesting the rest of them!
I know! I'm doing my best!
I'm also not reading these questions in order, but are you gonna commit with pooping in their pants?
Sure, why not?
Another woman judge review.
How does this one need to judge review?
Well, because it counts under elaborate scheme! It also included my favorite answer, which was what Chris did on Neopets, which is slowly change the person you are over a series of weeks to
Everyone, hold on.
Jeff, you didn't tell anyone I was brain damaged.
Jeff
That,
just said
Marn and I
something
reacted
insane.
Strongest to that.
We are
that
live
we're both
again.
doing.
We are live again. Jeff, repeat
Hi, everybody.
the words.
Hi, everybody. The secret that we didn't get to, that I shared with everybody, technically, the secret that I shared with Riley that we didn't get to was one of the 3 that I have borne witness to, but technically speaking, I have witnessed 3 crucifixions in my life, which is more than maybe anyone should. The first one was I got invited to a goth photo shoot in college, in high school. I was a sophomore in high school, and some very friendly goth kids were like, "We need people to be models in a photo shoot. We're doing like an art project." And admittedly, I will say this: I am the same person that I was in some ways at 14. I am the same person, which means you all know that I am a consummate ham and would take any opportunity to jump into a project. I did not ask what the project was until we arrived at a church and was told this was like a statement about the corruption of religion that was going to be
what
like
happened?
an inversion
struggling
of
by
the
yourself?
passion, where like they tied one of these guys to the cross and they just did the whole thing, and it was weird. It was a weird one.
Well begun, thank you for subscribing during crucifixion chat. Our hot new segment.
Jeff's crucifix an hour.
In 3 days.
So that's one. Number two was that, as Marn pointed out, I was in a production of Jesus Christ Superstar in college, or just after high school. Friend of the show, Aaron Catano Saez, was Jesus. So like they put him on the cross. Like that's the end of the show, and so like that is what happens. And
Oh,
the
is that how
third
that
one was
ends?
the third one was WrestleMania weekend 2019. I went to a Kaiju Big Battle show.
Let's fucking
And,
go. Let's fucking go.
They went real big with a spot at that show that was a weird one.
That's some yarder shit. That is some full force yarder shit. Thank you, Jeff. I'm sorry. I needed to bring that back online. King of the Castle starts in just a little bit. Thanks, everyone. Fucking ta-ta again for now. What the fuck was that? That's...
I'm not a big fan of the sacrilege of my Lord and Savior, but I'll let it slide.
Jeff, I'm not sure